Golfers, check this out. I'm going to show you how simple it is to fix your golf swing so you can hit better shots and score lower from the comfort of my zero gravity chair. Well, not exactly. So one day I was chilling in this chair and then it dawned on me this back bar had to be really close to about the right height where if I took my setup, I would be just under it, which that's a big deal in being able to stay on plane. Hi there, folks. This is Pat Gorman. I'm going indoors because I wanted to utilize this chair to help give you the feel. If you're struggling with trying to hit it solid, you're seeing divots going out to in. And again, now that means out to in. If this is your aim line, your path is outside the aim line cutting across, which means we're not going to be hitting it very solid and we're losing distance. None of that's any good. So this is going to give you the feel of when we're set up at address, we have to come back pretty close to that address position with the shaft and the club face in order to hit good repetitive shots. Now I've laid down this pool noodle for those of you that a little more visual. That might be a better use. So it goes something like this. So we just take our address position, and when I'm set up, I want to be nice athletic position. And I'm giving myself 3-4 inches of space here because I want to be able to swing through. And I'm just going to do some little half swings. I want to get a feel of where I'm at here. Good takeaway. I'm a big believer where the arms, the shaft should just follow the chest, and then we're gradually allowing the wrist to hinge. So now I want to go from here and then right back to where I started. So just going slow to get that feeling of how that is. Now, in using the noodle, if you're a little more visual learner, when I'm set up here and I'm looking down, the noodle is essentially right at the base of my grip. So now when I take it away, same takeaway, it's very normal that the shaft, my arms, it's just going to gradually start arcing in following that noodle. So now when I start down, guess what? The bottom of that grip better start coming back on that noodle. And then exiting, same thing. See, now as I'm exiting, you can see the club head is turning. Now, to make it a little bit more visually stimulating, I'm using this tennis racket with this colored tennis ball. So when I start off, same thing, but now it's just much easier to see the ball right on this arc. So now I'm set up, doing the same thing. The racket, my arms are following my turn. We should definitely get a feeling that the club head is outside our hands when we're just opposite our back leg or so, just outside of that. Here, now I'm going to allow it to rotate. Now here's where the work comes in. I want to go slow enough so I can see the tennis ball come back on that arc. And you can see as I'm doing that, look how the ball is changing colors. So again, we start off, I'm seeing both colors now. Shaft, arms are following my shoulders. The ball is following that arc. Now I can only see the one color. Coming back, I'm trying to trace that noodle. Look at the change in the color of the ball. And just doing a number of these. Every day I'll do a couple sets of 10 of just going here, back to like so, and then really getting the feeling that I'm turning the butt end of the club, or the racket in this case. I'm turning the butt end and straightening my right arm. I'm turning the butt end with my left hand and straightening the right arm. I mean, that's got to happen on the right side of this arc here to get this shaft right back to where I started, and I'm rotating it. When we're on plane, we can rotate the club face, and that means we're creating speed efficiently. So now I go back to and I'm using an 8-iron right here. Going back like so. So I'm going to do a couple more of those. Yeah, I do a couple sets of 10 every day. Just going slow. Again, the feeling of the shaft, my arms following my chest right here. I definitely feel that My wrists are super quiet. The club head's outside my hands. Now as I keep turning my chest, I'm allowing those wrists to hinge. Now I'm turning the butt end, straightening that right arm. Look at the rotation of that club head. Here, here. And it's just getting used to that feeling. And there's no question that you golfers that have built a habit of coming out to in, this is going to feel really awkward. But awkward is good. It's just a matter of going slow. Go very slow at first. Because again, you have to go back to the basic premise. If I'm set up at address and the shaft is on this tilt with the club face square, well, I need to be able to come back pretty close to that when I'm striking the ball. So just going slow. Good takeaway. And then getting the feeling of how we deliver the club right back through the ball and we let that club head turn to the target. So invest a whopping $100 or so. I think it was $120 for me to get this zero gravity chair, and a whopping pool noodle, maybe $1. And you can really improve your golf swing. But again, this is going to take time to create the new habit of what that feels like. I mean, my tendency, and I've been working on this for years, but my tendency, and we all have our tendencies, how we go off the rails. But I know right away when I mishit a shot, my tendency is it gets a little thin, it gets a little in the heel, and it's just one of my issues. I love to lean a little bit, and you can see, look what's happening to the shaft. It's too vertical, and then I start dragging the handle through the ball, and then that's when the heel gets too close to the ball. So I have to do this every day just to get that feeling of, okay, I'm starting here. Good takeaway, finish my turn. Now from here, it almost feels like my head staying behind the ball, or I'm on my right side as I'm turning the butt end down, in, and around. And it's a lot of fun when you can start taking it to the golf course. You go to the range, you're starting to see the results in the ball flight, the contact is better, and it is a lot of fun. But there's no question it's going to take time to build that habit. So be patient with yourself. Any questions you have or comments or suggestions, please leave those below. If you like these videos, you know what to do. Until that next golf shot, have some fun, be patient.